Texas State House Democrats have fled the state in an effort to stop the mid-decade redistricting effort by Republican lawmakers. What is gerrymandering and how did we get here? Welcome to the Unbiased Press. Please make sure you like, subscribe. With that being said, here are the facts. It's important to explain that at the beginning of every decade, a census is completed which records the current population. This census is then utilized by each state legislator to draw maps for the U.S. House of Representatives, the State House, and State Senates. Gerrymandering is the practice of setting boundaries for these electoral districts to disproportionately benefit one political party or another. There are three types of gerrymandering: bipartisan gerrymandering, which is redistricting that favors incumbents; racial gerrymandering, which is redistricting based on racial makeup; and partisan gerrymandering, which is based on political party. For today's video, we're going to focus on partisan gerrymandering. The first mention of the word gerrymandering was in 1812 in a local newspaper as a response to a redistricting law for several Massachusetts state senate districts. Then Governor Elbridge Gerry signed it, with the paper accusing the law of benefiting the Democratic-Republican Party, which Governor Gerry belonged to. One of the state senate districts was said to have the shape of a salamander. The term gerrymander became widespread in newspapers throughout the United States to describe similar situations. As the U.S. reached its current contiguous borders throughout the 19th century, borders of new states were gerrymandered to benefit political parties. Gerrymandering died down in the early 20th century. States were not required by law to redistrict regularly until the 1960s, when Supreme Court cases established the idea of one person, one vote. This resulted in states being required to periodically redistrict as a result of population changes. Conflict over gerrymandering has increased significantly since this. With the advancement of computers, technology made gerrymandering easier to accomplish. Voter ideology could now be assessed by computers and used to create partisan districts. In 2004, election observers for the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe criticized the U.S. redistricting process and advocated for reforms. The 2010 redistricting process saw even more gerrymandering attempts by state legislators. While redistricting happens at the same time as the census, a current attempt to redistrict in the middle of the decade is unusual. Republicans hope to pass the redistricting law that will give them 5 gerrymandered seats in Texas. While this has not been accomplished yet due to Texas Democrats fleeing the state, states are now threatening to conduct mid-decade gerrymandering, including California, New York, and Illinois. The Supreme Court has rarely stepped in with gerrymandering cases, arguing that it is a case for states to handle. Certain state courts have ruled new redistricted maps as unconstitutional. Each state has different laws and procedures for handling redistricting. Gerrymandering is generally considered to be unhealthy for democracy and has contributed greatly to gridlock in Congress. Since gerrymandered seats become deep red or deep blue seats, there is less incentive to take moderate positions. This has resulted in people with extreme ideological positions to get elected to Congress. That concludes our time here today. Once again, please make sure you like, subscribe. Feel free to put any questions down in the comments section. See you next time on the Unbiased Press.